What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the right side of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Yoshii. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Set. His name is the Rapl. Game number 3 of this best of 5 series for the semifinals, winners semifinals of the Divine Intervention Tournament. This has been a bonkers series thus far. It's been fireworks after craziness, after ridiculous plays. This has had everything. And now we're moving in to another incredibly good matchup. This is I love this matchup. I think this matchup is super entertaining. I think it's a really, really fun one. I think that Set has got a bunch of different options that he can go for. I think that Oranos has got a bunch of different options he can go for. And this is just, it's really, really fun. Now, I actually kind of feel like this might even be a little bit Set favored, but I think it's maybe a 0. It's an even matchup in terms of players versus players here. Now, let's go through this. So, what can Set do? What can Oranos do? So we'll open up with Oranos first. So Oranos in this matchup basically has to play a reactive game. So does the Set player go Ptah? Does the Set player go Anubis? Does the Set player make a second town center? Does the Set player stay one town center? Those are the questions that you have to be asking yourself as Oranos to answer those things. So let's say you see your opponent go Anubis. You have to prepare for Anubite. So you need to be getting yourself the right units to defend that. You've got to be defending your resources nicely and all the other good stuff. Your opponent goes Ptah. You have to be prepared first and foremost for a Shifting Sands timing attack on with like the Priest Pharaoh attack that we see a lot of Set players going for. You've got to be prepared for a Shifting Sands Villager Rush. You've got to be prepared for a Shifting Sands Heroic Age timing attack. You've got to be prepared for a second town center coming through and a defensive Set. You've got to be prepared for a fast mythic of Set. There are so many options or things that the Set player can do. So scouting is paramount. And we'll see how this game is going to go. Temple coming down for Rapl. I like the early monument. I don't think getting this temple up super fast is that important. 430 advance time is more than enough. Unfortunately for Rapl, he doesn't get the best town center in the world. He doesn't get the hunt directly on the town center. But against Oranos, unless you get aggressive hunt on your second town center, it doesn't really matter. It's just better to build yourself Animals of Set and eat them underneath your town center against Oranos there. But we'll see what sort of a strategy Rapl is going to go for. Now, my guess is Rapl is more inclined to go for the Anubis style because Anubis is really, really good against Oranos. It just simply is. And we've been seeing a lot of myth units being used. Okay, I'm a liar, and we are seeing Rapl going for Ptah here. He's gone one monument Ptah. He's gone for a 416 advance time. And he's got a lot of villagers staying on the food here. Is he going? I don't know what he's going for. He's getting wood. Is he going for a fast heroic? Wait, is this my strategy? I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I can't. This is part of what makes Set so good as well. You don't know what he's doing. You just got no idea what he's doing until you can confirm 100% what's happening. You don't know. Which is kind of a good thing. It's a good thing in my opinion. It's a good thing because if you know what your opponent's doing, then too easily, then it's quite easy to just counter it. But wood coming in generally means that Set is going to go for a fast heroic here for one town center. Generally, we do see the Pharaoh going to be moving forward, getting some harassment in early. I like this. I like this play. The Pharaoh going to be pushing into this one. He does have Shifting Sands, so he can use that to pull some units back, as we do see the citizens actually getting completely pushed off of this resources here. Big deal there for Rapl in this position. What do we see? Aurochs getting converted, villagers moving over onto that hunt there. And we see a barracks actually coming up for Yoshii. This is a Ptah barracks. Wait, do we see an armory as well? No. I'm so confused. I don't know what to feel. This is a strategy I have not seen yet at all. I mean, I've seen a Shifting Sands into a villager, into a classical age attack. I've seen that before, but not much else. Is the Rhinos, or not rhinos, Aurochs coming. Got to be careful of these. These get one hit by the villagers there as the Auroch does go down. What? Keep attacking the citizen. Kill it. Where are you going? Killing that bro. No, you could have. No, obviously, the citizen can just garrison at some point, so maybe it doesn't matter that much to get the damage done. But at this moment, it looks like what Rapl is doing is he wants to shifting sand some units back into his base, I guess. But 2 barracks are out. We see 1 barracks is out. No, 2 barracks are out. And we see mass spearmen coming out because it's mass Terma for Yoshii at the moment, and still more conversions coming through for Rapl as he's getting that all going on. As the spearmen getting pushed back. And at the moment, Yoshii is confined to his base. He's got a little bit of hunt left in his base. He doesn't need a whole lot of food income because he can make Terma. This strategy, okay. I can see what the thought process is here from Rapl. This strategy comes from the extended edition anti-Oranos strategy, which is Khopesh. Spearmen are basically a Khopesh, but just with 0.01 too few speed. If the Spearmen had 5.01 speed, this strategy would be incredibly good against Oranos, but it's not the case. As we do see the Pharaoh getting harassed down here. You can't lose the Pharaoh. Run for it. Villagers turning back here. Speed walk him away. Just get the Spearmen in. Keep him alive. Priest, heal him back up. We see some elk getting converted over here as well. Whoop. Why'd you going to get targeted down, but the Spearmen getting some good damage onto that one. Don't want to make that trade just yet as the villagers... Oh, no, not coming up here. We do see the Auroch still targeting down that manor there. Wait. Villager rush? Spearmen villager rush? In the mid game? Maybe? It's pretty good. It's not bad. It might be bad. There's shockwave. There's no buildings, or there's an economic guild, but there's no buildings surrounding the town center. Military barracks coming down here. What's the game plan here from Rapl? He's not attacking. He's not putting pressure on. He's gone for a classical fight. He's got all of these units out. Promethean's coming out. I mean, his opponent has only got Terma, so that's a big thing as well. As the Terma coming back in onto this position, we see the elk coming up here as well. Pickaxe coming through for Rapl. Pew pew. All right, Terma, pull him back, and we'll see. I'm still confused. I don't know what's happening. There's a second town center coming up for Yoshii. There's this strategy that we saw. This is like that strategy I was talking about with the Spearman Villager Rush was something that Magic did way back against Chemo on like patch 4. Or 3.0 or something a long time ago. I think I got the game up on YouTube, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I was watching it on stream or if I was casting it. But I think I was watching it on stream, actually. So it's not on YouTube. But he went for the Villager Rush Spearman at about 8 minutes onto this position here. And it looks like Yoshii at this point is just... He's in a really weird position. Spearman coming through, getting huge amounts of damage done onto the Terma there. The Wadget's getting cleaned up here, though, as we see a shifting sands into the main base. Keeps the Wadgets alive. That's not what I wanted to see. The villagers getting this town center up as well. You've brought the Terma over to the villagers building the town center there. As the mana coming in, we do see the Spearman targeting down that citizen. If you're ever going to go for a shifting sands move, you've got to build a box. Stop using shifting sands if you don't have the box. The Spearman pulling away on this position. The Wadget's going to be coming over here to try and help out. The villagers need to pull away here. More units coming across the map to try and deny this town center as the villagers Spearman coming through. Yoshi's going to be doing some shoot and scoot micro here as best as he can. Picks up another villager there. Nice play where that's concerned. But, I mean, maybe you just have to delete the town center and think about something else. We see Shadoof coming through here for Rapl as well. And that play was not it. He could have won the game in this position with the shifting sands on the villagers on the town center. Because he would have got a gold star. He would have killed the town center. Yoshii wouldn't have any resources in the bank. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Villagers now moving up to this town center as Rapl knows he wants the town center. He's going to go for it. And we'll see how things are going to go here. As, Kyra Ballister are now out. And these are scary units. The Spearmen do beat them pretty easily. They get a bonus against them, but you got to be getting onto them as Rapl, he gets caught out. He's getting snared on this fight. His Spearmen, he's missed micro. I think he pulled them away, but they just didn't. I don't know what he did. He must have misclicked. As the Spearmen coming around looking for some raids onto the citizen of Yoshii. One big thing with the animal raids is they can kind of distract the citizen as well. We see the town center coming up over here. Spearman can harass that. Town center is up on this position for Rapl. Walls coming up all over the place. But Yoshii is now in a very, very good position. While Rapl has got 2 town centers, Yoshii hasn't really lost any citizen. He's got a full army. Rapl is kind of stuck in the classical age. And he's going to need to get to the next age here somehow. As the priest coming through, going to be able to deal with those Prometheans. I really love the addition of Wadgets here. This is something we don't see very often, but Wadgets are a great unit. This is something, they're a great unit. Do they have 100% accuracy? Yeah, they've got 100% accuracy. I don't think that means they don't have more than 5 track ratings, so this Terma can still dodge them, but they're going to hit every time if it's possible to hit. It's not like normal arrows, which you're going to miss from time to time. As the Wadget pushing forward, the raids coming through from those Terma over there. Rapl does already have Shadoof. And he is going to be putting some farms down. He's got himself plow. He's got himself husbandry. Gold mine wise, just trying to get the walls up. He's got this nice safe gold mine back here. He's got a gold mine over here that's half decent. As the army up on this position here. Rapl could probably win this fight with some good micro, especially with the Wadgets there, but he doesn't have any good answer to the Mamillo at this point. He needs some Axemen, as you do see the units pulling back there. Does manage to snipe down 1 Kyra Ballister, loses 1 Spearman for it as he pulls away. And the question is, does he want to fight or not? As the villagers have to pull off of this location over here. A little bit too distracted trying to build farms at this moment as the villagers here getting pushed off. Rapl a little bit slow on the reaction there. There is still Shockwave, but do you want to use Shockwave to pick off a handful of villagers here, or do you want to use it in the actual fight? Is the big question. Slingers, medium slingers coming through as well. Rapl is at full pop here. The town center has been denied or something here. Deleted. I'm not sure what Yoshii wants there, but Yoshii's going to be going for the next age. Villagers and army retreating into the tower for the time being here, as the army of Yoshii going to be retreating back. Thank you for the raiding party as well, Team Respawn. Appreciate that, my friend. Hope your stream went well. It's now Rapl still chasing these Terma away. But the shoot and scoot is not as easy as it seems. You need to have enough Terma to one-hit a Spearman to make it work, basically. Otherwise, the Spearman are going to be able to catch up during the wind-down animation, and you're going to take some return fire. As they are coming through, Rapl probably could make a fight happen here. I think he's underestimating the power of his army, but also he knows he needs to get to the heroic age, and the mythic age is equally as important. As the Terma pulling back up onto this position here. And he doesn't get the Terma. You see how slow it takes the Terma to kind of build up there. Cheeky little wall here. Love that. As the Terma are not going to be able to get through there. A little bit more damage going to come in. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bit of micro from Rapl. Nice. Pulls back on this position. Thea is in. Thea means Stymphalian birds. Means those Wadgets are going to be a little bit less strong. But with the combination of having priests in the army, might be okay for Rapl. Does Rapl have himself Shaft Mine yet? Oh, no Shaft Mine. That's a big, big miss. It's a big miss on Shaft Mine there. Trying to get the gold in. He does get the gold. He's going to be able to go up through Nephthys, I guess. There is a world where going through Sekhmet here with Set against Oranos isn't a bad idea. But you can also say the same for Nephthys in that I can use Nephthys to counter the Tartarian Gate. I can use my Scarab to counter the Tartarian Gate. So what else is important in the Sekhmet versus Nephthys debate? I mean, Scorpion Man is pretty good. Funeral Rites is pretty good. The Sekhmet Siege upgrades are pretty good. But in essence, those are the things you want to be keeping in the back of your mind, as Hecate is already clicked up there for Rapl. But again, Nephthys is a great counter. We've seen Joe do it time and time again, where Tartarian Gate comes down, Ancestors comes down, and they almost cancel out each other with the help of some villagers as well to clean that one up. Well, does this Spearman win this fight? I don't think he does. Or maybe he does. It's close. Villagers coming up to grab that third town center. The question I always ask is, in these positions of set, do you want the third town center, or do you want the Mythic Age for Rhinos of set and a tornado on your opponent's town center to boot? Those are the answers. Those are the questions. But Rapl's getting the town center up. He's got a really defensive base, and we'll see if he can continue the defense here in this game and keep himself nice and alive. There's the Spearman coming through. Joey Bad's in the chat complaining about farms yet again. I will say that if you do go for a classical fight as set and you run out of food on the map, it is not worth it. It's not possible, excuse me, to survive on just Gazelle of set. You can only get like maybe 10 villagers hunting. The rest have to go into farms. So it's probably better to just continue spending your favor on Wadgets or Scorpion Men or everything else, as the Tartarian Gate gets dropped down. And Rapl's got some units in here, but he does just need to click Ancestors here. You don't need to be greedy on this one. Maybe he kills this off, maybe he doesn't, but I think killing it off faster and keeping everyone alive is the better play. But we are seeing the Pharaoh going to be able to take down these Tartarian spawns pretty nicely, but as they fall, they just come back out, as the Pharaoh going to get taken down here as well. Meanwhile, up here, we see the raid on this gold mine. We see in the middle of the map, some destroyers are starting to come out. Siege works coming up on this position as well. Shockwave coming through to keep the Tartarian Gate alive ever so slightly. No Masons is in there for Yoshii, so the Tartarian Gate not that strong there. A couple of villagers do fall. Rapl drops down on the villager count, but the priests are out to deal with this, and there's still Ancestors remaining for Rapl to defend himself in any sort of big push. As the houses need to come back down, another siege works coming up. Chariot archers coming out. This is a thing that I am slowly starting to come around to. You can build chariots, but you need to build chariots once the Terma are kind of gone. It's probably better to just have slingers out before that. But you can also go for elephants out of the Migdol stronghold. Not a bad idea. Fire Siphon sneaking around on this position, causing problems for Rapl here. I wouldn't mind seeing Ancestors as a defense here, just to allow Rapl to survive. Fortified Town Centers is coming in. Dryad, Terma raid sneaking through, breaking through the walls over here as the army trying to chase this one down. The Axemen are out there as well, as the villagers trying to come in. And now Rapl does notice, okay, time to build some Stymphalian birds here. It's a bit funny to see a chaosed minion, but it's in. As the Ancestors will be able to clean up these Fire Siphon. We'll be able to keep them alive for a little bit. Yoshi's still pushing forward though here. So raid onto this position here is a little bit brutal. Rapl does have this gold mine over here. He can push back over onto this gold mine here. He's trying to put the walls back up there as well. Meanwhile, up on this position, cheeky raids coming through from Rapl, but nothing up there for the time being. As the Migdol survives. Yoshi's only at 18 citizens at the moment. Yoshii is only at 18 citizens. Is he building villages? No. He's getting a town center up here. No. He's not building villages. So Rapl actually isn't... Rapple's actually in front at the moment, right? What, 18, 26? No, it's close. It's like 50 to 50, roughly. Slight advantage for Yoshii, but... Rapple's taking down the town center. Rapple's in a fantastic position here. We do see the priests coming forward here, going to start targeting down the Stymphalian birds and everything else there. That's the priests. They need to target down that Lampede. Not paying attention. As the siege towers coming in. One huge counter to the siege towers is... Oh, sorry, not the siege towers. The Fire Siphon is the siege tower of Egyptian. Siege towers against Fire Siphon. 60% crush armor. These are doing 50 crush damage per second, meaning you're doing something like 20 damage a second onto those fire siphon, which is a decent amount of damage there. The military barracks going down. The army of Yoshii going to continue pushing through onto this position, but Rapl is fairly happily on this position. And look at Yoshii. He's down to 17 villages. He's still not producing citizen. What is the plan here for Yoshii? He's like no economy. No economy generally doesn't work. See if he can make it work though as the siege tower is pushing through. You've got to use those siege towers to pick off the fire siphon though. See if he's going to think about it. He does get one onto that. Look at the damage. Boom! Look at the damage. And now Rapl realizes. Boom! Gone! It's gone. Look at that. That's so huge. As the units retreating back, we do see some Gontarias coming out. No villagers up here, but the camel caravan getting taken out. Rapl is 125 of 160 population at this moment. If you had Mythic Age, you'd be able, and more monuments, you'd be able to make some animals of set to help him out here, but he's missed those monuments in this game thus far. The big question is, can Rapl just hold here or not? Is the army slowly swinging around onto this position? And Yoshii he's still incredibly low on the resource, on the economy here, but he's hitting good gold mine continuously over here. And this is it's like a NaturePhoenix type strategy here from Yoshii. What he's saying is, I'm going to kill your economy more than I kill my economy. And he's doing this by just continuously hitting these villages over here. He's actually pushed Rapl off of gold completely in this game. But Rapl doesn't know that Yoshii isn't building citizens here. He doesn't know. He doesn't have that foresight. He doesn't have that knowledge, excuse me. He doesn't have the knowledge we have. So he doesn't know that he can just kind of stick this game out, put his villagers onto wood, trade wood for gold, get himself full population and be completely fine here. Which is a counter to these kind of like cheesy... well, it's cheesy because obviously there's just a hard counter to it, but we'll see how things are going to go. A couple of crocodiles are set coming out to help out here as Rapl is slowly falling. He's back onto the gold mine over here, but the army going to be moving back over here. No walls back up over here as well. No attempt to defend on that position for his gold mines. As Yoshii, I mean, he's still struggling mightily to produce units. He's got himself 2,000 wood and gold in the bank, but can he defend this town center is the big question. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Can he build some priests up onto this position to defend himself as well? That wouldn't go astray either. Now, when I say 2.5 times for the villagers, I see the chat talking about, or sorry, when I say 3 times for the villagers, the actual gather rate is 2.5, but without the drop-off, they actually become more efficient. So it's closer to 3 than it is 2.5, but it's not exactly 3. But it's just easier to do a 3 times calculation in my brain than like a 2.7 times calculation or something like that. It's the siege tower coming over onto this position, trying to take out that fire siphon there. Rapl going to be pulling back here for the time being. Great raids continuing here from Yoshii, as he has currently got what looks to be... No, the villagers are back up here onto this gold mine. Remember, Rapl, while he's losing villages, he's building villages, so it's not all that bad. And he's got a trade route that he could start going from this town center or back to this town center, which is really safe. There's the fire siphon. Not the fire siphon. The Symphalian bird does get taken out there. Is Yoshii... He's built 2 farms. He's built 2 farms this game. He's not building any food-based units. He's taking the set strategy of no food, no farms, and throwing it into Oranos here. Because why not? Why not? Destroyers only cost 70 food. A couple of villages on food is all you need. And the rest can be Arcus and Fire Siphon. Wild. Oh, the villager's sneaking back over here. Oh, he gets spotted. And he's going to have to retreat away. And there he goes. Just put them onto the wood, Rapl. Look at how much you can trade. You can trade plenty. Lots of gold in the bank at the moment as well for the time being for Rapl. Do you see a mercenary cavalry coming out? That one gets picked off there. Not the best of decisions where that's concerned. There's the Pharaoh on this gold mine as well. He's going to have to take these villages and just shank these units down, surely. He's got the Pharaoh to take out the Dryads now, so he should be able to win this fight. But Yoshii here... Whoop. Okay, he notices it. All right. Not sure what happened there. He's like, there's nothing there. There is something there. All right. As the Pharaoh turns around, not targeting the right unit here. The villager's going to turn around and start shanking that one down. The Pharaoh will get cleaned up here. There is a little bit of favor in the bank for a crocodile offset. No, it costs 4 favor. It costs 4 favor, I think, for that one. As the Pharaoh does end up falling, the villagers will clean up those units, but the town center over here does end up falling. And now Yoshii starts the villager production. He's going to go up to full citizens here. He's found the advantage he wants. The army over here picks off a ton of villagers, and the Rapl has still got the advantage though. But he's out of population. What can he do here? What can he do? I still think like the best army composition against Atlantean is siege towers. Just build tons of siege towers. So no chariot archers, tons of siege towers, and you can make yourself some axemen spearmen to defend. Because what's the army composition that Yoshii wants to build? He wants to build Arcus, he wants to build Fire Siphon, he wants to build Destroyers. Maybe Contarius. Contarius will die to Spearmen or die to Axemen. So you can defend and you can push, and your opponent's army composition just does not work against those mass siege towers. But I don't think Rapl 100% knows that in this game, as the army raids finally going down. But they're just continuing to pile in here. That's Rapl's second Migdol to fall now in this game, about to go down. Rapl going to try and fight his way back into this somehow. Villagers falling over here as they're going to pull back onto the gold mine. As the Migdol stronghold does end up falling there. Villagers going down over here. Heavy archers coming in. Do we see a villager training? No, he's just staying at 20. Why not? Why push up? Why get yourself 25 citizen when you can just have 20? Why not? As now we do see Yoshii sneaking up onto this position. Looking for some villager kills up here. Do you see the priest here going to be able to take out a dryad or something here? So we do have the priests helping out on the back. Arcus coming through. Villagers going to be swinging around here. Yoshii at this point still with 140 population. He's still going to be able to keep pushing in because Rapl here, he's down to 110. We do see this town center coming up here. The villagers coming through to put a stop to this one nicely. Very important for Rapl to keep Yoshii on only 2 town centers here as the army pushes through. The Arcus could probably take this fight, but those mercenary cavalry are a little bit too scary as the raids just continuing to hurt Rapl in this game. How do you defend against these types of Yoshii raids? What's the answer? The answer is Migdol Stronghold. And then the raids stop because you're losing more than you're going to be able to do. 1 Migdol Stronghold here for Rapl on those gold mines at the back would have been enough to keep him in this game in a really, really big way. As all these fire siphons are falling though, as Yoshii is hurting quite a bit from this push. Apparently I just took a screenshot. I went to hit a different button, but great, we have a screenshot there now. The citizens pulling back here as well. Kontari's swinging in onto this position, pushing over here. We should see the villagers getting pushed off of here as well. Champion archers coming through for Yoshii to boot there. as he is starting to get into a pretty commanding position. But the spearman comes through. That's going to clean up the citizen. The town center might come up with all these units up at the top position, pushing off of the gold here. Maybe Yoshii can push through back onto this town center here, where all of his, or not this town center, but this gold mine here, where all of his villages are. Get another migdal up and get himself a gold mine for a little bit and stabilize. The town center is back up now for Rapl. Army swinging through here for Yoshii as well. As we see a migdal, not here. Put it on this position. Get your gold sorted. This is the most important thing. Are we seeing some trading? Yeah, we are, I think, for Rapl. Just a little bit. That's the Dryad's getting cleaned up nicely over here. Do we have Spirit of Mart? No Spirit of Mart there for the cheaper priests either. I think that's a super underutilized technology for Set and Isis in general. If you go Nephthys, Spirit of Mart makes those priests cost only 70 gold, and you're going to be building tons of them throughout the game. It's super, super strong. So you do see the army of Yoshii swinging around the bottom here, looking to hit these gold villages yet again. Rapl, 90 population of 160. He's thrown away a lot of units here taking this fight. Migdal's stronghold is up to secure this town center, but he's not secured the gold mine. As Yoshii is coming back in with his army, hitting the gold villages yet again. And now Yoshii coming in with his army. We do see Rapl. He's got some army here to defend that. Pharaoh is trying to build itself some of those crocodiles are set, but he doesn't have feral, so it's kind of a useless unit to some degree. Only 76 HP. It does a lot of damage, but it dies nearly instantly with only that 76 HP. As the priest getting cleaned up here as well by those Arcus. The villagers getting pushed off of that gold mine yet again. Rapl could push him back up onto these gold mines here if he wants. Is a citizen going to sneak through, potentially getting a sky passage set up, which will push off the gold completely here in this game. As the slingers coming through, going to attempt to take out some of those Arcus as well. And the mining camp does end up falling there as those slingers doing the best damage they can. Great micro from Rapl to target those down on the back, and he does somewhat manage to hold this gold mine for the time being, but back up onto this gold mine. The walls not quite up here. We do see the camel caravan coming up over here as Yoshii has spotted that one, getting value. Yoshii's just getting like max value out of all of these raids here in this game. And I mean, what army composition right now does Rapl really need to be using? I mean, slingers are a great idea. He needs priests, but he's got no gold to deal with those dryads here. As the slingers are going to push through, they do take out those beautiful micro there from Yoshii pulling away there as the dryads pushing forward. Still no priest out. Probably better to build himself I don't know what else he can do. He's still getting gold over here, but the Arcus are getting damage done on this position. I think if Rapl had just sent a couple of slingers up there to deal with this, it'd be much more value than anything else. But we do see that Sky Patch is just snuck in for Yoshii. Now he's going to hit this back gold mine, this gold mine over here. He's going to be able to hit this gold mine over here. And he's going to continue to be able to push in on this position as well. As Yoshii pulls back, Sky Passage coming up right on the front here to hit everything he needs. As the villagers swinging through. And with the citizen on this gold mine, mining that one out, I'm sure Yoshii's going to immediately push through onto that position as he sees that with those Arcus. And he can just jump in onto the siege tower if he so chooses there. Probably actually not the best of positions. It's only got 1,000 HP. As the Arcus are going to dive into that one. And they're going to bring themselves over here. The villager's going to come over and shank this out, but it's a lot of Arcs. Look at how fast Yoshii does that. Obviously, he was paying attention there, but Rapl does manage to snipe down that Arcus there. So Sky Patch going to go down. It is worth a decent amount of resources. And the Migdal Stronghold over here, however, does look like it is going to be going down. Rapl just cannot work, gets one out. Okay, so the answer here for Rapl, And the answer for every Egyptian player against Oranos and against Atlantean in general is lots of siege towers. The siege works only costs 25 gold. Siege towers are super, super valuable. The only counter to them is, well, siege fire siphon aren't really a counter to them because they've got, how much armor do they have? They've got 89% crash armor. So fire siphon aren't the answer. The only answer to siege towers are like your melee units, your catapulties are really good. Contarius are really good. And Murmillo are really good. Not Fanatics, but well, Fanatics are decent, but they're not really good. They're not your best option. Which then allows you to build chariot archers to deal with those. So lots of siege towers, and then once the infantry come in, then you can go into chariot archers and enjoy that. There's Yoshii pushing through here again. He's got this gold mine secured as well. Well, not secured, but he's got it. Does he have a siege tower elsewhere on the map? Yes, he does. So he can raid this position as well as the villagers over here continuing to come through. We see the crocodiles are set still coming in. They still don't have feral, ladies and gentlemen, so not the best. Another thing that's super important to do with the siege towers is to have your priests and pharaoh sitting next to a siege tower so that they can garrison and stay alive if they get targeted down by enemy chariot archers. So we do see the army coming through, pushing off this gold mine yet again. Up on this position, there's a sky passage over here as well. He can drop through here, take out the houses and everything else over there as well. There's just so much chaos that Yoshii is inflicting, but Rapl is staying alive. He's staying alive on the skin of his chinny chin chin. Is that what it is? The hair on his chinny chin chin. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't ask questions, just go along with it. But 2,000 gold left over here. No gold mines elsewhere. We do see an attempt at a slight push here. If Rapl could somehow just stop fighting and go Mythic Age, then he could go in. Well, he needs to get a bunch of those. He needs to get a bunch of those other units. What are they called? Monuments. He needs to get a bunch of those monuments. You stop that, trap shots. Champion Arcus coming through. Killing all the good stuff. And now we see this town center coming up. Rapl is trying to grab this one. I don't think he needs to. He needs to go Mythic Age. Mythic Age is so important. It's worth so much more than a town center here because it gives him free units. Avenger. Rhinos. Hippos. It's probably worth just the 2,000 resources just in those units in terms of stats. As the villagers pulling back, they do manage to take out those fire siphons there. Rapl's mining out this gold mine. 1,000 gold left. As he gets pushed back, the destroyers are in. A little bit of micro coming through for Rapl onto those Arcus here. And now Yoshi's getting himself this town center up over there as well. And Rapl, I mean, his army is just not cutting it here because, I mean, his slingers are getting forward to take out the Arcus, but with the Contarius in and the destroyers, there's not really a good... I mean, there's some Axemen coming in, actually, so it's not awful, but you see this Fire Siphon coming in to take out the siege works as the siege tower denies the town center there. Rapl with 1,600 wood in the bank. He can sell that for the time being if he wants to. He's got 13 trade caravans. Where are they going from? Oh, from this position. That's not bad. 14, and it's a decent position there. Though the Sky Passage is in, and if Yoshii can spot that at any point here, it's going to be huge. That's a great trade route there for Rapl. you can see those fire siphons, they just don't deal with the siege towers at all. I guess Citizen are really, really good against siege towers. Excuse me. Getting tired. Need to get another coffee in me. That's the fire siphon rolling into the main base yet again. I love these side builds. Yoshi's just continually putting pressure on. But the gold mine about to be finished. Rapl's got himself 16 caravans. He's building just the one at the moment. It wouldn't be a bad idea for him to send the Pharaoh up there and empower this, because he's getting 75 gold, but 75 plus 20% is now looking like over 100 gold a trip, which is super, super value there. Houses getting cleaned up in the main base here as the army trying to micro its way through here. At this point, you could send some mercenary cavalry out here to deal with this. I like that Rapl doesn't hit auto queue on these. This is really important. This is a really big lesson for Egyptian players to learn, is that if you're defending a side raid or you're defending like a push, just click the mercenary a couple of times. Don't click auto queue on it. Only ever click auto queue on mercenary if you want every single mercenary out and you 100% know you want every single mercenary out. As we see a palace coming down on the back of Rapl's base here, this is going to be difficult to defend as we see some slingers coming through here. Are there any siege works on in the main base? It doesn't look like there is. Is Rapl going to continue to try and push through here? The big thing for Rapl is, though, if he can get to the mythic age here, he'll be able to clean this up really, really easily with a tornado. But at the moment, still having to deal with these destroyers here as the Arcus spot the trade route on this position, and Yoshii is going to put a stop to that. I'm sure that after he gets this palace up here, he's going to say, all right, let me move over here and put a palace down on this position to stop that trade route from being so efficient. And where else can Rapl put it? He could go into the center of the map here. You could go over here to the home base or over to this town center here. There's the villagers pushing in to try and take out the fire siphon. Yet again, villagers taking out these units. Another palace coming up as Yoshii continuing to try and break through onto this position. Yoshii is somehow making 2 town center Oranos work versus 3 town center set in this game. He's got a great trade route. He's got a decent amount of citizen. His upgrades are woeful because he's got no economy, but he's spending his economy nicely on destroying Rapl's economy here, as we do see some mercenary cavalry coming in. Rapl has got this microed nicely, cleaning up those Arcus beautifully here. Meanwhile, on this position, we see the citizen trying to get this back up yet again, and Rapl has dropped down to 130 population yet again as he's run out of gold after that cheeky little raid has come through. He needs priests on that position, or maybe Scorpion Men wouldn't be a bad idea there as well, as the fire siphon coming back in yet again for fire siphon here. Another palace about to come up with a sky passage here to get reinforcements if he so chooses. As the fire siphon almost taking the town center out. Rapl not repairing this one. It does end up going down there as Yoshii has cleaned up that middle home town center with all the farms, meaning no food income for Rapl anymore as well. That's a huge hit to the Rapl economy. Now remember, Rapl can build some giraffe of set if he wants to. He can leave this town center for the time being, as the Migdol stronghold on this position is falling, and Rapl is running out of options here in this game, it seems here. As the Destroyer going to take out the Pharaoh here as well. Armory going down. Fire Siphon is cleaning up everything in this main base. And what else can Rapl do at 39 minutes and 51 seconds into this game? He says nothing, as Yoshii has managed to put the clamps onto Rapl's set in this game, finding the win with an incredibly unique approach to Oranos. Why go 25 citizen? Why invest in all those citizen when you can just kill off your opponent's economy over and over and over and over again? Really, really interesting play here from Yoshii. I do think that if Rapl had gone in with more siege towers, less chariot archers and slingers, and he had just a ton of siege towers, I think it would have been completely fine here to kind of fight the fight the Oranos. The other option, which I think is an even better option, is if he didn't go for this third town center down the bottom, just defended his gold mine, played a little bit more safe, and went Mythic Age, get himself the monuments up, make himself Rhinos of Set. I do not think that Yoshii would have had a great option to defend against that either in the situation that he was in. But Rapl wanted to go the safer route, quote unquote, get his bottom town center, get this gold mine secured, and Yoshii made him pay for that with the raids just all over the map consistently. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It's best of 5, so we've still got more games to come. See you on the next one.